What's up, everybody? It's Jason, Zombie Collector, doing a little live streaming, little party on a Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just in case you're wondering. I'm just going through and putting some cards I've been getting in the mail through care packages and eBay wins and things of that sort into my trading card database to kind of get that on track. I don't want it to get away from me, so I'm kind of doing that. I think I'm supposed to go live with Robert Johnstone Lewis Esquire later on this evening, and maybe some other people. I'm not for sure, but I haven't heard anything. What's up, Ron? I haven't heard anything back from Bob about it, so I'm not for sure what the game plan is there. So I'm just going to kind of play it by ear, and we'll just see how it all shakes out. So right now, I'm just going to, if you see me like look down, it's because I'm putting cards into my trading card database, which is on my phone. So it's going to be kind of like, back and forth. So I don't really have a lot to discuss per se. I just thought it might be fun to chit chat. Obviously, with you, Ron, it's always a good time. I pulled you away from eBay. Well, hey, man, I do what I can, man. I do what I can. I know I need it last night, or I should say this morning, like at 3 o'clock, I woke up for whatever reason. When you get older, you wake up for all kinds of reasons. So I woke up at 3 o'clock, went to the restroom, and then all of a sudden I really couldn't go back to bed. And so I got onto the old phone here and got on eBay, and I made like 20, 25 bids. So I'm like, today there's like, you won. And I'm like, oh, wow, I did win. I won a lot. Hey, Mr. Sassy-pants, what's going on, Ray? I didn't know. If you didn't know this, you collect Ichiro. So I'm just kind of trying to add my cards to the trading card database. So if you see me, like I said, look down, that's what I'm doing. I'm not purposely being rude. I'm not taking text messages and just goofing off. I'm literally adding cards in the trading card database. Hey, man, I'm doing good, Ray. I'm doing good. How about yourself, sir? How about yourself? Let's see. They did misspell Hasegawa. I didn't really pay attention to that. Huh. And they have last name misspelled Hasegawa on front and back. Okay, this is misspelled on front and back, not just front. On front and back. Okay, what's the difference? Front and back. I'm trying to multitask. It's one of those things where, I'm trying my personal best. Sometimes I look at the trading card database and I'm like, are they purposely trying to confuse you? Oh, what's up, Raphael, the man, the myth, the legend. What is up, Buttercup? How you doing, sir? How you doing? Oh, my goodness. Que pasó, mi amigo? All right, now I'm looking at 1999. Hasegawa. This is a Flair showcase, right? Flair showcase. So 1999. So I got to go back and look for that year. Back on up. I'm backing this thing up. Back that thing up, dude. And let's see if I found it. Oh. Flair. All right. Apparently 1999. This is 2001, maybe? Oh, I know what happened. I can't read. That's what my problem is, dude. It's 1995, 96. It's 1997. Jeez Louise. This is what happens when you get old. Oh, yeah. Mon chéri, or what is that? What is that? Are you trying to speak all French? You trying to paint me like one of your French girls? Raphael, is that what you're trying to do here, buddy? I'm up to you. I'm up to what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do, man. You're trying to paint me like one of your little French girls. Oh, this is Hasegawa's rookie card. Well, how about that? I'll add another one to the collection. I do 2 separate piles. Rookie cards from Japanese ball players and then all the other cards, unless it's like for whatever reason, like a high-end base card. So then like I got somebody sent me a Hideo Nomo red Pacific Omega card, a variant red, and that was like an $8 insert. I was like, what? What? $8? Okay, I'm in the money. So I was excited. Oh man, dude. Great. Back like Arnold. You better believe it. I'm like Arnold. Back. I'll be back. I honestly didn't think I was gonna be back though, to be honest with you, brother. So sometimes you just gotta take a break. Sometimes the break is permanent. In my case, it wasn't, but I mean, it was a pretty long break. I mean, I went from like April, May-ish to October, something like that. So I mean, it definitely happened. I mean, right now with sports, I mean, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to have a good attitude. I really am. There's been people in this community also that I just want to judo chop right in the throat with some of the stuff that they say and do. And I want to just like go off the rails like I usually have done in the past, but I'm trying to be a good boy. I'm trying. And it's I don't know how long I can keep a lid on it, quite frankly. I do not know how long I can keep a lid on it because it may not be able to be a lid may not be able to stay on much longer. It may end up reaching the point of heat limit and it'll blow. So we'll see. Yeah, man, you definitely check it out, Raphael. It's nothing amazing, but I will say, if I can pat myself on the back, and you'll hear it on the video, and I'm sure people who've already watched the video, this is a repeat. But the one thing I do like about it was that I honestly, and it maybe some people might be like, well, it shows in your grades. But I honestly decided to just eyeball everything. I didn't take a loop. I didn't get like a floodlight. I didn't go over with a fine-tooth comb. I just, took the card and was like, that looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to send that one off and see what happens. And I did okay. I mean, one card I got back was 6 on a Mattingly Peachy rookie card 84. Those cards are really hard to grade anyways. That was a lower grade, obviously, than what you want. But everything else I felt like I did actually pretty good on for first time ever doing it. And I honestly, I don't see myself changing my approach, quite frankly. I'm still going to probably do eyeballing it because like I've said in the video, and I'll say a million times, is that 90% of the stuff I'm going to send in is going to be PC stuff. And I have a hard time going and buying the same card if I already own the card. Now, if I go send it off to get graded and it comes back as like, an 8 or a 7 and it's a 70s or 80s or 90s card, or I'm sorry, if it's a 90s or more modern card, I should say, I might, if I can get it for cheap, I might try to get another card and send it in down the road. But if it's a 70, 80 card and I'm getting a 7 or 8 or a 9 on it, man, I'm good. Like, I don't need a 10. If it's a 90s card to a modern day card, if I get a 9 or a 10, I'm good. Like, I don't care. And like, I actually already sent a batch to my dealer, and he's going to do another order for us. He's going to send that, I guess, in a week or so. It's going to be at his house on Monday. I made sure I got it out to him before the weekend. And I think that's a 30 card order I sent to him, if I'm not mistaken. And, like I said, Luca will graduate high school before I get those back from PSA, so I'm in no rush. But so I'm looking forward to it, and we'll see. That'll be my next PSA video. So who knows how long that'll take. But we'll see how we go. And I'm just, like I said, I did the same thing with that video. I'm sorry, with those cards. I took a look at it, eyeballed it. I noticed some discrepancies. As long as it wasn't, of course I can miss things. And of course, look at me. I got bottle caps for glasses, 4 eyes. So this is easy for me to miss something, but there wasn't anything glaring that I was like, oh my gosh. So, I think I'm going to be okay. I mean, there wasn't like bent cards. There wasn't any like super wonky smashing corners. There wasn't a lot of huge chipping on the cards I sent. Of the newer stuff, newish stuff, like modern, not ultra modern. I did send in a bunch of like 50s cards, and I'm just looking to get hopefully just on authentic. That's all. Even if it's authentic altered, I'm looking to get some of that on one of the cards for sure. Some of the other cards are more. I hope to at least get some sort of a number grade, for sure. So, there's a little bit of that, man. Oh yeah, man. Every card you see, well, you don't see every card right here is all Japanese ball players I collect. Like I said, I got a guy on Facebook that I became friends with years ago, and he'll send me a care package out of the blue. He's not on YouTube. His name's Greg out of West Virginia, and he'll send me a little shoe box, whatever, 1,000 card box or like the 500 count boxes filled with Japanese players. The condition's sometimes questionable, but he buys huge like lots, like Facebook Marketplace, like huge lots. So he'll send me a bunch of the cards that he don't want. It's free. Like he sent me it'll be $10 to ship it to me. He sends it to me $8. I've got all kinds of stuff, and I still pick it up when I see it online or I got a bunch of Nomos I picked up over the last few weeks, and a few other cards from eBay. I still pick up like the rare stuff, number stuff, short print. So yeah, I'm still collecting all those guys. I mean, right here I got. Like right here's a good example. I have a Norihiro Nakamura. Norihiro Nakamura right there. So I mean, like nobody's collecting that guy, but guess what? I have him for sure. So yes, to answer your question, yeah, man. I mean, it's good. Flying crane to the job. The steam is building. Yeah, it is building, dude. I mean, like I said, I didn't get into it a lot last night because, I don't want to get into it with I don't even want to say they're guests. Like, it's not really guests. We're all just friends hanging out talking. But I don't want to put people in situations where they don't want to talk about it. I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. I don't want to make people feel obligated to come up with an answer. And unless I know they're down with it, I don't really want to do that. But, I don't care. But I am trying to be a little bit mindful, at least in the community, that, do what my mommy used to say. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. I'm trying to adhere to that old adage, but I can't make any promises. I just can't. Yeah, dude, Ron, I completely agree. But the one good thing is, for me at least, is like, yeah, I don't want to wait forever too. But there's a part of me who goes, you know what, I send it in. I know it's there. I know it's going to be hopefully taken care of. It's safe. I could throw a few, $20-$30 a month to the side and then let it ride for 3 or 4 or 5 months. I get my money ready to go. So when it does pop in that 6 to 9 month period, I already got my money to the side. I can send it off to who I'm using and then pay him back for, sending it off for me because it's on his card, and then, get my cards back. So, yeah, I mean, I agree, but I know a lot of collectors like John Mangini is a good example where he doesn't want his cards to be gone for a long time. A lot of people don't like that. Or they're willing to pay the extra $25, $30 more per card for like the 30-day turnaround, but then it doesn't really turn into 30 days. It's like 90 days, but they're still paying $50 a card or something. I mean, like, it just ain't that deep for me. So, it is what it is. Yeah, I know the whole grade thing, I don't really care, man. Honestly, if we've learned anything from this year, if it's a desirable card or a desirable player, unless the grade is just like completely like garbage, you're gonna do okay. You can make your money back on at least minimum off the card and the grade that you get, and probably a lot more, just because cards have got crazy. And I don't see it ending. I know a lot of people were like speculating by the winter, the craze would be over with. But I mean, here we are. I mean, we're pretty much through half of December. We're heading towards January, and there is no end in sight with this stuff. So I don't see it anytime soon. I feel like the whole like flash in the pan experience we're expecting to happen hasn't actually concluded. Like, it's still going, and it may be the new norm. So who knows? No, Ron. No, man, Ron, you're a cool dude. I don't have any problem with you. Like I said, I don't have a problem with a lot of people. But the thing is that as we all know, when you come to my channel and how I can't let certain things slide. It's just not in my nature to let certain things slide with certain people or anybody. I mean, there's even people I like that are friends of mine will say things that I'm like, oh my gosh, like what? And I will, say things publicly. I'm not like trying to call people out, but I mean, I can handle it too. Like, I can't dish it out if I can't handle it. Like I gotta I have to act if I get caught slipping that somebody's going to put the screws to me too. And I'm okay with that. It is what it is. If it's that big of a deal, I'll catch you on the flip side at the national. We'll settle our score there. So let's take a look here. Yeah, dude, if you got a bunch of 93 and 2000 BBM cards, I like them. I'll put them in my collection. I put them off to the side. The guys who never made it to America, I keep them on a separate binder. But yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, I used to collect those when I was living in Japan. Not gonna tell me Plaza for grading. Yeah, dude, that's it, dude. It ain't Christmas unless you hear Yippee Ki Yay and you drop Hans Gruber from the 100th floor or whatever, the Napa Plaza. For sure. Yeah, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, I try to be a team player. I really do. I think most people who know me and my channel know I like everybody. I want to be friends with everybody. I want to support everybody. Like I'm a very like welcoming individual. I just don't like arrogant people. I don't like people who think it's their way or the highway. I don't like people who tell you, well, this is the way it's supposed to be. This is how you're supposed to do things. Or they want to open up for dialogue or conversation, but when you tell them, your opinion, and then you tell them in a way that they don't like, then they try to, send you packing or take it down or remove it or act like a baby about it instead of having a conversation. I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to put out a controversial comment or statement, you got to be able to handle the heat. I mean, I'm all about saying controversial stuff on my channel. You all know that. And I've got all kinds of blowback from time to time, Guess what? It don't affect me. So let's take a look here. I need to find a group to send my car as a PSA with 50. Yeah. I mean, I know I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I know JT, he does a PSA. I know it's a big thing for him. And I know that Dustin Bellinger was doing it for a while. I don't know if he's still doing it. I know he was. I'm trying to think if there's some other people doing it. I know Michael's doing the SGC stuff, but there's a couple of guys out there that do it. But yeah, it's kind of hard to find somebody I feel comfortable with, quite frankly. What do you mean the ending is growing in my eyes? I don't know what you're saying. Hey, what up, Jonathan? What up, mi hermano? ¿Qué pasó? Oh, man. Hey, what up, Don? Oh, you don't like the way I wear my hat? Well, hey, at least I'm not doing it like I usually do, like one of these deals. I'm not doing it one of these. Like, it's hard to take me serious if I got my hat like this, but I do it all the time. And then you can even see, like, the bill's all wonky. It's like, it, like, dips down. Like, it's crazy, dude. But, so... But yeah, I mean, even my son was like, why you wear a hat in the house, Dad? Like I just wear a hat. Like that's just my thing. I've been doing it since I was knee high to a toadstool. I don't see it ever changing, quite frankly. I'm just like, I like to wear hats. That's just my thing. But I can wear a hat every day at work, at church, whatever. I guess I can wear it in the hospital. But if I was like actually like in the hospital as a patient, I just like wearing a hat. That's just my thing. Right. Well, I figured you were joking, Dom, but maybe you weren't. But even if you did, even if you were like, no, serious, dude, your hat sucks, man. I'd be like, hey, that's your opinion. Guess what? I'm still going to wear my hat the way I want to wear my hat. I might even do like the rally cap, like do it upside down and then wear it like, when it's like sticking up. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, Mr. Sassy Hat. What up, Reese? Reese, the Card Ranger. That is right, everybody. I I got some stuff on eBay that I'm trying to sell. Man, if you all do not know, oh my gosh! So Indianapolis is like one of the major hubs for packages that come through the United States on both sides of the coast, north and south. We're literally in the middle of the state. I'm telling you anything you all don't know. It's geography. I'm sure we all know where Indiana is. Anyways, but they're like, if you see pictures online right now. All right, see you later. See you later, Rafael. Thank you for coming in here, man. Mi hermano. Mi casa su casa. But if you see those pictures right now online, a lot of those pictures are in Indianapolis, dude. Hey, what up, Jesse? A lot of those pictures are taking place in Indiana because the hub, the like way station for USPS, I mean, there are like, it looks like an avalanche of this like mail all over their docks and floors and whatever. It is out of control. What up? Hey, what up, Alex? Man, we got Don in here. We got Don. We got Alex. We got Jesse. We got Reese. We got Jonathan. We got Ron in here. I think Raphael just left. This is the who's who, the cat's meow, if you will. But with all that being said, like I have like all these packages I've sent out from my eBay selling, and they're all just sitting in Indianapolis. And so I get all these kind of fired up, which I understand, buyers that's like, where's my stuff? And I'm like, dude, I sent you the tracking number. That's all I can do. It's out of my hands. It's literally out of my hands. Like I did my part. I sent it off within 1 or 2 business days. I dropped it off in the mail. I provided you with the tracking number. It's just stuck. It is stuck in Indianapolis, and there's no place to go. And, and I keep looking every day, and it's just like departed from the town I live in, departed from the town I live in. It doesn't say it reached Indianapolis. It doesn't say it's departed from Indianapolis. It just says departed from the town I live in, and I'm like, what in the world? So I'm kind of surprised people even get email right now because it's like so backed up. And there's a part of me who thinks maybe I shouldn't put up anything on eBay tomorrow because Sundays are always the best time to put stuff up on eBay. Sunday evenings. A little note for you all who might be eBay noobs or novices, or maybe you've been doing it forever. Don't do it on a Tuesday. Don't do it on a Monday. Don't do it on a Friday. Sunday evenings is your best time to send or to list things on eBay. But I'm a little bit hesitant to do it because I have so many packages that are just out waiting to be shipped from Indianapolis. It's like, do I want to do it? I mean, I already got stuff that's already on. I've got another, 10 or 12 DVDs that's getting ready to go out as of tomorrow when they are, because people have been on them right now. I was just checking my phone. And you got new bids. But so, I mean, I'm going to send out another lot of stuff. And I'm like, do I want to do this again? Like list things tomorrow evening and then have to by the time it goes out tomorrow, when I send them out the following week, Christmas will be over. Maybe things will start getting better because it'll be Christmas will over, and hopefully they're making a mega push this week and getting as much of stuff out and into the right cities and states. But it's just been like a nightmare, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I got another TTM in the mail. So apparently, first class mail's fine. Priority, I sent my not my care package, but my stuff to the guy I'm using for the TTMs. I'm sorry, not TTM, but for my next PSA submission. I already checked that right before I hopped on. It's where it's supposed to be, and so I got that sent off to him there, and it looks like it's there. It's heading that direction, but everything else is just sitting in Indianapolis, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. So I'm hoping. I called eBay today and said, hey, once people receive their item the next couple of days, hopefully, if they leave me negative feedback based on shipping, is eBay going to take that off? Because I'm like, that's going to kill me, because that's like 10, 12, 15 people could be like negative, because they waited 2 weeks for something that they ordered at the beginning of December, even end of November. Here it is, the 21st, 2nd, 3rd of next week, and they still haven't received it. Like, I would be upset too. And they said they would remove any negative feedback, which I appreciate, because I was like, man, that's going to suck. Because if you get hit like that hard, a lot of people will not come and bid from you anymore if you get like 10 negatives in a row. They're gonna be like, nope. Even though I have a pretty big following, a lot of people come to me now for my movie options. I have like a lot of repeat buyers now, and they spend bigger money because they know that they're gonna get quality stuff and it's not gonna be all janked up. Those people still, patient can run thin, so I got to be careful. So anyways, I'm just like blathering on about that stuff, but I don't know if other people are experiencing huge delays in getting stuff. Like if you order stuff off of Amazon or eBay, are you getting lots of holds and like waiting? Are you going to get stuff before Christmas, or the things you ordered either for yourself or for your loved ones not going to make it before Christmas, which sucks? I mean, I'm like seriously so grateful. I ordered a few things for Luca and his mom almost exclusively on Amazon and eBay this year. And I think I went to like Meyer or something for something else for them. And I got everything. Somehow I got lucky and everything got to me. But I heard from other people that stuff's not getting to them. So I didn't know what your all's experiences have been. Yeah, you had a few things you're waiting on for a couple weeks, Reese. What's up, Bibby, Bobka? I guess when you say hello, Newman, I guess you're trying to say I look like Newman. I know you say that like on every single one of my videos, which I appreciate. I guess you're referencing that I look like Wayne Knight from Seinfeld, but I'll take it. I'm not offended by that, but I'm always like, am I missing some sort of joke? It's a joke on me, but it's an inside joke, but it's on me, but I don't get the joke because I was never told about the joke. But yes, if you're referencing the fact that you think I look like Wayne Knight from Seinfeld, thank you, I guess. So yeah, vaccine distribution and Christmas isn't helping deliver. Yeah, that's true. That's a good observation for sure. Oh, that's awesome. You got Jerome Bettis, the bus. That's a cool card, man. Notre Dame, man, they got smoked by Clemson this evening. I luckily I turned off the game. My son was like, Dad, if you would like, if it's okay, maybe later, can I play some video games with my friends? Because they were blowing up his iPad. Like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Are you going to play? Are you going to play? And I wanted to watch the game, and I was like, it's starting to look kind of weird, wonky. And sure enough, they ended up getting toasted. It was like when I finally like flipped back and forth, I finally had enough. It was like 36-3 or something. And I'm like, all right, I'm done. Let's see. I won a card on November 30th, stuck in Missouri for 3 weeks. There you go, Jesse. Yep, exactly. You got 42 packages, dude. Or I don't know, Bibby. I don't even know if you're female or not. I quite don't know what your real name is. So, Bibby Bobka, it could go either way. But 42 packages, man, that sucks. Definitely sucks. Yeah, Christmas may come in February. You got that correct. All right, so I just bought on eBay, and the sender immediately sent a message saying he's shipping, but there's been delays. Don't leave bad feedback. Yeah, I don't feel like I should have to tell people that. I feel like it's obvious. Like if I send you the tracking number and you see that it's departed, I'm giving you the tracking number. Everything on my end's on the up and up. And if you like listen with ears and look with your eyes on news or Facebook or YouTube or local news, it talks about so much of delays with shipping. Like, I don't know if I really want to send out a personal email to everybody or a message that says, well, hey, there's a delay. Just want to let you know. It's like, well, obvious. It's like it is amazing at how many little terrible pieces of garbage or eBay buyers that like I'll send out after I know that you received the package, I'll send immediately. I'll send when I see it says delivered. I'll immediately send a catch-all message that says, thanks for buying from me. I appreciate positive feedback. I'll leave you feedback in return. I would hope that we'll do business again. Like one little paragraph. But if I'll send that, then like 5 days later, 7 days later, because if you don't receive feedback or give feedback within like a month or two, you can't go back and do it. Like they won't let you. eBay won't let you go back and do it. They're going to say, too bad, you've missed your chance, and they just take it off as an option. And I want to obviously build my statistics. And there's always a handful of people, and I don't know where this comes from. Like I will send them a brand new DVD never opened, And they're like, I just received it 3 days ago. I haven't had time to watch it. I'm like, it's sealed. It's never been opened. I'm not asking you to tell me about a 6-disc DVD box set that's been opened, and I'm not expecting 2 days later you have the whole thing watched. But if I sent you Terminator 2 sealed, unless it came out of the package all scratched up, like you could hear it shaking inside, why can't you give me positive feedback? What am I waiting for? And then there's sometimes people be like, don't ever send me a message again. And I'm like, they make it sound like I'm blowing up their email, their eBay messenger. I'm like, we're talking about I send them a message like every week, once a week. If I haven't heard from you, to be like, hey, just to give you a follow up, hope you were enjoying the item that you received from me. You know, I'm just checking in, make sure everything, because a lot of things is about feedback and communication. And it's like, you know, that's how you communicate by sending a message. A lot of people leave their phone numbers. Do you want me to give you a call on the phone? I'm like, well, hey, Jessica Smith, how are you? This is the guy in Indiana you bought a DVD from, the workout from Carmen Electra DVD workout session that you do your pole dancing with. How you doing? I just want to give that special hands-on response and check in if you really enjoy that DVD experience. I'm like, come on. I can do that, but I thought a message once every week or two just to check in would be more appropriate. But apparently they want more of a hands-on approach. So let's see here. Yeah, I just bought eBay. Send her immediately. Yep. Yeah, the guy hit hard. You're right with the USPS. Yeah, the 1 to 3 day priority. Now, I will say, I sent mine, I believe, on Thursday or maybe even Friday out to the West Coast, and it's already said it's in transit. It's like heading there, and it should still arrive on Monday. So fingers crossed it actually gets there. But I was prepared, like you were saying, Don, that it's probably going to be a week before it actually gets there. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Notre Dame either, dude. I did. It's out of my system. Florida just tied at Alabama. Nice. Okay, you're a male. Okay, thanks. You have a pink avatar with a bee. Bibby could go all kinds of directions. So I'm glad all right, so thank you, sir. All right. Oh, no, I'm not offended at all, dude. Not at all. I'm not offended. I mean, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a joke that somehow I missed or there was some sort of like overture you were making towards me. Like you were trying to get me to be like aware of something because I'm old and senile now and something I forget, like a conversation I had before. And I'm like, he keeps saying it. And am I not responding in turn in the correct way? But I'm not at all offended. Not at all. Let's see. You know, there are those people that will use the shipping issue against the seller for kind of discount. Oh, yeah, they try. That don't work with me. I'll just be like, oh, if you don't like it, just send it back. I always tell them, especially if they gave me attitude before they even got the package. I'm like, don't open it. Just put return to sender or just put it back in the mail. Refuse it. And once I receive it, you'll get a refund. If you open it up, I'm not giving you a refund. And I'll fight with you through eBay because you told me you didn't want it in the first place, and then you open it up. I'm like, no, that doesn't work that way. So I usually out of the dozens and dozens of eBay fights I had to get into, I've only lost a couple, quite frankly. And I mean, I've been pretty good. Like one lady, she had like a $5 buyer's remorse. She bought she was in Alabama. This was like 3 months ago. She bought the movie Ghost Dad from me. It was the Bill Cosby movie from like the 80s. $5. I'll never. It's always the people who spend like hard money who throws the biggest fits. It's unbelievable. The guy who spends $20 on a horror magazine that I got from like 18 years ago that spends like literally $20 on it doesn't say a peep. Very thankful, appreciative, gives me great feedback. The person who spends $5 or less, they like lose their mind and they don't get their stuff like the next day. Even though it took them 4 days to pay me, they're the first ones to go, when am I going to get that? And I'm like, well, since you made me wait 4 days to get payment, you can wait 3 or 4 days before I ship it because I already shipped everybody else's. But this one girl, I get it together and out the door after she didn't pay for a couple of days. I go down and she sends me an email or a message at like 2 o'clock in the morning and saying she didn't want the DVD anymore. Well, I'd already got it all ready to go, like packed up, ready to go, so I shipped it already. As soon as they opened up the post office, and then I sent her I gave her the tracking number. She goes, "Well, it says right here that you shipped it after I already told you I didn't want it." I'm like, "I already had it packed up, ready to go. If you really don't want it that badly, then you can refuse it, and then when I get my DVD back, I will go ahead and refund you your money." And that was like 3 months ago. She kept the DVD. She never corresponded back. I even sent her a message and go, "Well, hey, you said you didn't want it. I'm still waiting for it. You sending it back or you keeping it?" No response. And I'm like, these people are idiots. Like, literally, I think these people are idiots. Like, I don't even know how they put on their pants in the morning. It's like mind-boggling. And I'm like, you wait 3 or 4 days to pay me, then you finally pay me. I get it all packed up, ready to go. Then like 3 o'clock in the morning, you have buyer's remorse of $5, and you want me to take it out of the package. I got it all ready to go, and then like relist it. And I'm like, no, I'm just gonna send it to you. If it really means that much to you to deny it, I will take it back. I'll make $10 off of it probably because it's pretty rare, and you'll have your money back. And then she just kept it. I mean, that story is like I could tell times 10. So it's just ridiculous. Some of these people are just, I mean, like Ghost Dad, seriously. I was like, I'll send you a box of Puddin' Pops. Just take it and stop complaining. So with that being said, I do have a little bit of an announcement, I guess. I don't know, is announcement the right word? I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if anything will happen from this or because of this. I don't know if I want to go in a direction where I'm doing this on a regular basis with either different people, maybe the same people. I think it would be more. I think the way I've been doing it already is when I get together, I try to get 2 or 3 guys to get on with me at the same time, and just kind of do a back and forth conversation that at least lasts an hour. I mean, you all know I can talk, so a lot of those live streams I've been doing over the last month will go 2-3 hours at a time. But I'm thinking about doing. I'm going to do one with. Probably next week if we can do it. We'll try to do it. We're going to go live. It's going to be me and Doug's in Boston, Doug, and TTM Troy Rudder. And we're all going to do a TTM exclusive video. We're just going to talk about TTMing, about that world, the ins and outs of it, how to get started, some tips, and just just talk about our experiences, maybe some of our best experiences ever. Some of our biggest failures. Obviously, if people want to, send me questions, you all can text me questions, or if you all know my email or my Facebook, you can send it to me that way. Obviously, we're going to be live, so people can ask questions while we're live. But I think that'll be a fun one. Like, I'm not really a big fan of trying to do a specific interview, Q&A. Like, I like mine's is natural. Like, I'm sure as most of you all come to my channel know. Like, I'll have John on there. Like, yesterday I had John, I had Sean, I had Doug. I think that was it. And, I'm just, spitballing. We're asking each other's questions. I'll try to have a question in my mind or 1 or 2 questions I'm thinking about as our conversation organically goes from A to B to C. And I'll throw out questions. I hope people enjoy it that way. It's a little bit more organic. It's a little bit more spontaneous. It's not like it has to be the structured questions I'm asking, and I think that's a lot of fun to do it that way. And also, it's different than what other people do, because I am trying to find things that's doing what other people. I mean, a lot of us have gone live. A lot of us have people on for interviews or having conversations and just shoot the breeze. It's not like I'm doing anything unique or different, but it's kind of like bringing people in on our conversations that we're having offline. We're doing it online so other people can participate and listen and stuff. I got contacted by one guy in particular. I'm not going to say just because he might not want his name out there. He goes, "Jason, did you have all those questions written out before you got everybody online?" I'm like, "No, dude." He goes, "You just did that on the fly?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Wow, that's pretty good." I was impressed. I thought you had that pre-written down somewhere. And I'm like, "No." And I mean, I just think I ask questions that I don't have interest in knowing the answer to. I'm always assuming. I think we all agree. You always hear there's never a wrong question. There's never a dumb question. It's If I'm thinking it, maybe other people are thinking the same thing. I'll ask the question that maybe other people don't want to ask, or feel maybe silly to ask, or never had the opportunity to ask. So I'll ask the question, and maybe it'll take us to another place, and maybe it won't. Maybe I got to ask a follow-up question to get a little bit more information. But I think for me, it's fun. I mean, Ray knows. Ray's been on here with me a couple times. Ray and I, we don't have anything pre-planned. We just start spitballing, and we just start talking, and sometimes things are kind of a home run, and it gets going, conversation's going. Sometimes it kind of just like, it's a bunt into the catcher's mitt. So you just never know. Man, yeah, I don't know. You're right, Ray. I don't know what somebody told her something. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird. Like, I'd never had somebody 4 days later tell me I want my money back. I'm like, what? Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. Well, the other thing is with John, and I'm not saying anything that John won't say or doesn't know. Like, John, he enjoys showing off his collection. It's not like him bragging, or it's not like him trying to be a show off. Like, he has such a huge passion and love for what he collects, and has such a deep understanding and knowledge. Like, I could do a show with John every week. It would never be the same show. It would always be something different because he has so much stuff. Like, he'll talk about yesterday, you all probably know, if they get going about football or like super rare, turn of the century baseball cards, I'm just like, uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I mean, because I don't have nothing to add. I'm not going to try to fake it. I'm not trying to like pretend I know something. I'll even say, well, it's outside of my purview, but I just try to like, add to the conversation, or like once the conversation kind of stalls, like ask a follow-up question or take it another direction. But yeah, with John's collection, I mean, like literally it could be a once a week thing, and we never would hit everything. It's just impossible. Hey, what up, Will? What up, Sterling? What's up, brother? Yeah, dude, I got to get your phone number. That's the way I do it. Like, if you want to get on with me, guys, even if it's not, I mean, like everything's super informal, and a lot of times it's last minute. So that's sometimes I may have people in this community who get so tired of me sending them at 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night a message that says, "Hey, StreamYard, I'm doing a StreamYard here. You join in." And I mean, like, sometimes people never even respond to it. They're like, "I'm not doing that," or like, "Okay, I'm not interested," or whatever. That's fine. But I do it mostly through texting, because most people go on through their phone. You can go on through the if you have a notepad or a computer or laptop, you can go on that way too. You just copy and paste it in that search engine, I'm assuming, in your search bar, and then just go that direction. If I know you on Facebook, I can send it to Messenger. I can do it in email. But a lot of times that just seems like a lot more hassle. It's easier just to go through my contact list and be like, I'll send them to him today, him today, him today, him today. And if they don't respond, I'll wait 10, 15 minutes. I'll send it to 2 or 3 more people. I don't want to send it to like 30 people, because it's going to happen one of those days where like 8 people want to go live all at the same time. And I feel like that gets a little bit too crazy. Like 3 or 4, like the total of 5, including me, is about, I feel like, the limit. Once you start having more than that, it turns into a Zoom call, and I'm just like, I don't want that. It's just too much to manage. It's too much to try to navigate, and I feel like it loses a little bit of its like intimacy. It turns into more like everybody sitting around waiting to try to get a chance for them to say their piece. I just don't find it as much fun. But yeah, give me your phone number, Sterling. I know we're friends on Facebook, so send me a Facebook message with your phone number. I'll load it into my phone, and then I'll send it to you next time I go live. And we can do it. I'll probably do it on Monday or Tuesday next week, maybe Wednesday. I'm not 100% for sure, but I'll keep you posted. Yeah, I believe Ray off the cuff is a lot more fun. Yeah, and John's really down to earth. That's the other thing, man. I mean, John's a down to earth guy. It was so fun. He told me yesterday, he goes, I sent him a message, go, hey, to him and Reese, because me, him, and Reese are in a text together, like a group text. And I was like, hey, guys, I'm going to go live. Anybody want to join in? And then John goes, I need you to tell me you're going to join. I need you to tell me quickly if you're going to go live or not, so I can get out of hanging out with my wife tonight or going out to dinner or something. If you don't tell me you're going to go live, I got to go out with her. And I know he was like joking, but it was like, if it's going to happen, we got to do it now, and she'll have to wait, or she's fine with me going live. But you don't do it for like an hour or so, I'm gonna have to leave and go with her. So I was like, oh, okay, we gotta go now. Because a lot of people were like, why did you go live at 5 o'clock on Friday or whatever? I'm like, well, shockingly, I went live with John, and then Doug hopped on a few minutes later, and then Sean. But like that was at 5 o'clock, and then I had like 20-ish people in there, and almost the entire time talking. And I was like 5 o'clock on a Friday night. That's kind of surprising because most people have lives, have families, they have obligations, they're working. But that was a pretty good turnout for me. A guy who like I can't break 500 on my subs, which again, it is what it is. Like I don't think much about it, but you see the numbers. Obviously, it's funny. Like I can't do 500 subscribers, but I get 20 people. That's pretty good. It's not really for me. I know that. It's mostly because I got cool people like John on there, and Doug and Sean, who are way more fun to have around than me for sure. Because I'm just some schmuck. Hey, what up, Nate? Tops 85 401. Yeah. How you doing, sir? Glad you decided to join us today as well. We're just chit-chatting. We're just spitballing here. I'm checking to make sure I don't have any texts I'm missing from anybody. Nope, I'm good. Okay. Oh, I got a text message about that. Okay. So anyway, so that's kind of what's been going on a little bit with me and some of my innermost, deepest, darkest thoughts. But yeah, man, it's been crazy. So, is everybody done Christmas shopping? That's a good question. Has everybody finished their Christmas shopping for their families, friends, or are you all like Johnny on the spot or Johnny last minute, and like you're gonna go out like Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday or whatever, and try to get your shopping done? Because for me, I'm pretty much done. Like I'm done with Luca's mom. I'm pretty much done with Luca. I might go to the store and get one or two other little things for him, but I'm pretty much done. Like I'm not a big fan of, even before the whole hashtag Rona started, I've never been a big fan of like going to Kohl's or Meijer or whatever and like deal with the public. I just do not like going. Even like on a random day, like in June or something, where there's like hardly nowhere near as many people. I just don't like dealing with the crowds of people. Like, especially around here, there's some real winners. Let me just tell you, I don't want to deal with. I refuse, absolutely, hands down, refuse to go to the Walmart in Anderson, Indiana. I would rather go and get my tooth pulled from the dentist than go into that Walmart in Anderson, Indiana, unless it's like 2 o'clock in the morning on a Monday when nobody's there, then I'd probably be okay. But there is like no way I'd want to go in the evening or the afternoon. Yeah. Yeah, if I get baseball cards for Luca or his mom, I probably will never get a Christmas or a birthday present ever again from them. Because they would be like, are you kidding me right now, Jason? This is what you bought me? Yeah, so my days of getting baseball cards or giving out baseball cards was never a thing. Like Luca liked it for a short time. I've talked about this before, but he definitely passed that now. He had no interest. But he knows all about sports, especially football. He knows all about it. He never watches a minute of the game. I don't know how he knows so much about the different players and teams and coaches and records and yards and touchdowns and interceptions from all these football players, and he's never sat down and watched even a quarter of a football game this year. He's always been that way. So I'm like, how is he picking that up through osmosis? I don't know how he does. Like, I can't watch. For me to even like follow the game, like follow the stats, I need to watch a full game and then hear the commentators talk, hear the announcers talk, let them like explain what's going on, watch the ball players and watch their stats come across the screen. I don't know. It's pretty wild. All finished with all 3 kids. Yeah, that's good, Sterling. That is good. And the most important one is the wife. Happy wife, happy life. So, yeah, Sports Center. The weird thing is, I mean, I guess, but I don't have cable in my house, and his mom doesn't have cable. We just have a regular antenna. We're like, we're like one step above being Amish. So he didn't get it from Sports Center. And he doesn't really use it. We monitor or try to monitor the the usage on the iPad so it doesn't get out of control. Gift cards make it easy. I got my dad and my mom a gift card this year. And I got my dad some sports car related stuff. I bought my mom a couple books that she asked for. But I got him a gift card, so that's cool. Gift cards are easy. I told my mom and dad, like, because they're older and they're not the best of health, we're probably not going to go down and do Christmas with them this year. I may try to go the week after Christmas and like even just hang out for a short time, even if it's just outside. Like give them their gifts, let Lucas see his grandparents. If they're comfortable with us coming in and all that's fine. If they don't want us to come in, that's totally fine. I get it. In the past, earlier this summer and in the early fall, they were fine with us coming in. But now that the fear mongering's at the highest level it's ever been, my mom is definitely the demographic that they try to get to like freak you out and make you think if you walk outside you're definitely gonna die, or your relatives are gonna bring death to you. So because of that, she's pretty nervous, and so I just don't want her to feel uncomfortable. So I told my parents, I'm like, hey, we'll come to the house, we'll drop it off on the porch. You all can come out on the porch and we'll be in the yard. We can chit chat, and then we can leave. It's no big deal. I can handle it. So I don't know. We'll see how things go. But I mean, we have friends. I have all my friends and family live down where I'm from. So, we'll have plenty of things to do for a couple of days, and then we'll come back up here and hang out. Because in Japan, New Year's is the biggest holiday of the year. So Luca's mom and myself and him, we do like a big New Year celebration on the 1st. My birthday's on the 31st of December. So I usually go down and visit them for a couple of days leading up to my birthday. Then we'll come back, and then we'll celebrate my birthday with Luca and his mom, and then we'll celebrate New Year's. Because like I said, New Year's is the equivalent of Christmas in Japan. So there's like all kinds of traditional New Year's activities, foods, stuff like that. And so we'll probably do that with his mom on next Sunday. So for sure. So we'll see. We'll see how it all shows. No, not next Sunday, the following Sunday. So yeah. And then after that, he has travel baseball starts. So they have strength and conditioning for 3 months. I like Gio shut my Hukadome card, so I got to put it back up here. Almost knocked it down. So it never ends. It never ends. But I'm probably not telling any of you all things that you don't already know for sure. Oh, I got it. I think Sterling, you must have sent me a message, did you? Yeah, I think so. That's you. Yep. All right, dude, I got it. So I'll connect with you, and I will give you. If you give me your number, I'll send you my number. I'll send you a text, and then I'll next time I go live or think about going live, I'll message you first, and then if you're free, we can do it. Okay, so yeah, Don. So I met my ex-wife in college here in America, in Indiana. I wasn't in the service. The 12 years I lived in Japan off and on, I was teaching English at a school. I taught in Japan. In Japan, you have to go through a staffing agency, especially if you're a foreigner. So you have to go through a staffing agency. So I had to go through a staffing agency. Luckily, I was in the school system in America. I was an interpreter for the deaf in America. So I was interpreting for deaf children since 2003, maybe 2-3, and I did that all the way up through. Off and on until 2008. And so when I got the job opportunity to go to Japan full time, I already had the school education background. I already had the interpreting background. So it was pretty easy for me to get a job. Of course, I was married to a national, so I was able to get my Japanese version of a green card really easily. Just like if you American marries a foreigner, they get obviously front of the line, and they can get their green card immediately. They get a temporary green card, and they can, after I believe 5 years, I think or 7, I can't remember, you can apply for your permanent green card. So in Japan, it's the same idea basically, though you can never become a Japanese citizen. Because in Japan, even though how terrible America is with its supposedly racism, Japan's like a million times worse. They don't even let you. If you're not Japanese, born and raised, like 2 Japanese parents, you're not going to become Japanese. Now, if you're born with 1 Japanese parent and their parent applies for your Japanese citizenship, you can be a Japanese citizen to the age of 20, and then you got to make a decision if you're going to be Japanese or American or Canadian or New Zealander or Aussie or whatever. So, but so I got a job teaching at a junior high school. Actually, 2 of them. They were, let's see here. It's been so long. Can I remember their names of the schools I taught at for years? Oh man, it's been a while. Jumanji and Hasegawa, Hanasewa. So I taught it to middle, and in Japan, the middle schools are 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. So I taught English. I was they called Japanese, or they called me. I'm in the classroom with a JT, a Japanese teacher of English, and then I was the English instructor teacher. So, like a lot of foreigners that come to Japan can't speak Japanese, so they have to have a Japanese teacher in the classroom so they can teach the children in Japanese how to speak English. But since I can speak Japanese, at least relatively well, I probably didn't need a teacher, but it was good to have one because all kinds of things come up, and I'm by no means a God's gift to Japanese. It was better to have somebody who's obviously native level. But because I had so much command in the classroom, like I wasn't like just graduated high school or college and went there as my first job. Like I was teaching for a decade prior. So I didn't really need them to hold my hand a lot. So I was like really in a good shape there. Like everybody loved me. The teaching staff loved me. The principal, the vice principal, which is the people you really want to like you. They're the Kocho and Kyoto sensei. That's their names in Japanese. They loved me. So I had a really good setup. Plus, I lived in the community that I was teaching in, so that was awesome. So that's kind of a little bit about it. I hope that doesn't bore you to death or bore everybody else who's listening to death. Probably most people could care less about my years in Japan or my experience with the Japanese or Japan in general, but you asked the question, so I'm more than happy to share that with you. Hopefully that answers the question. So, yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, I appreciate you asking. It's, sometimes I get bring it up in my channel if it's like pertinent to what I'm doing, but most times people can care less, which is fine. I mean, it's totally fine. Like they come here for the ball cards and the shenanigans, not necessarily about my personal life. So. Hey, what up, Yanks fan 7? What's up, brother? Man, I thought about doing that, Falsy, but first of all, I think most people would not find it very interesting because they're not going to really know what I'm talking about. Second, I would really have to do some of my homework to make sure, because I don't want to do something like that and look like a fool more than normal, about in Japanese, because I could do everyday conversational Japanese, like survival Japanese, no problem. Like if I was all of a sudden like plucked right out of here and dropped in Japan, I'd be able to get by no problem. I could have conversations, but if it was like a specific conversation or topic, like talking about ball cards, I would want to make sure that I'm not looking, like I said, completely foolish. Or the other thing, I want to make sure I'm presenting the information correctly in Japanese, which sometimes can be difficult. Like for instance, Dave, Blue Jacket 66, reached out to me about 2 weeks ago, and he ended up getting, I guess, a super rare Pokemon card. And it's a Charizard card, I think, from Japan, but it's like the very first creation of Charizard. I think it was like Rizadon or something. I don't know. It was like Rizaadon. I'm not 100% for sure. But he sent me some screenshots of the card that they either just got graded or they're going to get graded. I can't remember. And he asked me if I could translate the card for him. And I can translate some of it. But the Japanese have 3 alphabets. There's hiragana, which is for foreign words. I'm sorry, katakana, which is for foreign words. Then there's hiragana, which is the Japanese language. And then there's kanji, which is the Chinese characters that the Japanese have adopted into their own language. And in almost every publication, any kind of written word in Japan, they will use all 3 interchangeably in the same sentence. So it can get a little bit overwhelming, especially for me who, you know, I mean, I'm like, we're talking about like, I have like a preschool level knowledge of Japanese, the written language. I'm like, I can read them. I can read most like menus because that's like survival Japanese. You got to know what you're ordering and know what you're going to eat. So I can probably read a menu pretty well in most situations. But so I gave him some information, but I actually asked Luca's mom. I said, "Hey, can you go over this with me and make sure I got this right, or can you give me some more information?" You know, of course, it's her first language, so she was just like, "Here's the answer." So I just screenshot it and sent it over to Dave, and Dave was like, "Oh, thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for." It was very helpful, which of course I'm more than happy to do that. But you know, it's not something that I would be able just to do at a drop of a hat. You know, like I said, when I was teaching in Japan, they don't want me speaking Japanese to the students; they want me to speak English. So the only time I was really speaking Japanese was in public, not doing my job. They don't want me speaking Japanese in the classroom; they want me to speak English in the classroom. So the only time I was ever speaking Japanese was in the teacher's lounge, where all of us were working. All of our offices were in the teacher's room, or in public when I was off the clock. So my Japanese never got super good because I would speak to Luca's mom in English. I would speak Japanese to her family. I would speak Japanese to my coworkers sometimes, but I was speaking English, I would say 70% of the time. So I put myself in situations on purpose, like restaurants, or they call izakayas, or like bars / restaurants in Japan. Or I would go to like just different like just restaurants like to hang out, and just nobody spoke English, so I had to speak Japanese. So I put myself in situations like that a couple times a week to get my Japanese up to a more of a conversational level, because I wasn't able to do that in most situations in Japan because everybody wanted me to speak English. And this was easy for me to speak English to my ex-wife because she spoke English fluently. And her mother, she loved that I spoke Japanese, but she was also super patient and was like, let me take my sweet, sweet time to explain something to her in Japanese. And she wasn't like, and okay, round eye, where we go with the story? So, you know, she was awesome that way. So hopefully that kind of gives you some insights for sure. Sorry, I'm surprised I didn't lose the entire group of people going on down that rabbit hole. But yeah, to answer your question, I probably could do it, but I don't know if it's worth doing, quite frankly. I don't know if it would be of much interest to some people. I mean, I could maybe do a really short couple-minute video maybe. But, I mean, honestly, if you wanted somebody who speaks Japanese fluently, to my knowledge, if you're JP Wisco, Tony, if you ever go to his channel, he lives in Japan. He's pretty, I don't know if I want to use the word private, but he's pretty, I guess private is the right word, about what he does over there, like what's his job, why is he over there. If he's ever talked about the reasons why, I've never saw it or heard it because I've watched all his videos. I've been caught up. But he speaks Japanese because he can read it off the cards. Like if you go to his video, because he does lots of different stuff, but he'll have Japanese like Minko cards or other Japanese like BBM, like from Ichiro or whatnot. And he can just look at the card, flip it over, and then read what it says off the back. There's like no way I could do that. So that tells me his level of Japanese is far superior to mine. And so I would say that he would be a good person to ask to do a video in Japanese, because I think he could do it relatively not bothered by it. Whereas it would be like a little bit of an effort for me. Not that I wouldn't want to do it, but again, it may not be something that people want to hear me go like, chotto matte kudasai, wakarimasen. Like, let me think. I can't remember. Give me a second. So anyways, all right. So let me ask you all this real quick. I'll throw this out there. Do you all usually ask your loved ones, mom, dads, wives, kids, whatever? Do you usually ask them for baseball cards or sports cards for Christmas? Or do you ask them for something else because it's inevitable that they screw it up and they don't know what exactly that you want, and you don't want them to spend their money on something you don't want? Or do you like just happy with whatever they give you sports car related? Or do you try to avoid that? I always wonder what people think. Like, what are they into from their families? Choice B. Right. I figure for a collector like you, dude, you probably really want them not to spend their money on something because you have a very high-end collection. So buying you something would probably be kind of dangerous because they really wouldn't know what to get. Hey, what up, Jimmy? Yeah. And like Luca does a good job. He'll ask his mom usually during my birthday and Christmas if they're looking for something to give me just for kicks and giggles to give me a couple blaster boxes. Now I know this year it's probably going to be impossible, but they've in the past been able to buy me up a couple boxes, and it's always usually pretty fun because I'll get like a couple things I asked for, and they'll give me a blaster or two. And it used to be I get a couple blasters, and Luke is like, "Can I open them?" so even though for me, he opens up like half of them, which is fine. I wouldn't have any other way. Yeah. And that's the thing. And I know most people are like that, but I'm always like super simple. I'm super easy. I'm like, hey, if it's baseball cards, just buy it. I'm fine with it. I don't care. Because I'm just like happy with whatever. But I totally get it. If you're very specific on what you want, you don't want your money to get wasted or blown on something you don't want. I completely get it because it can get expensive real fast if it's stuff you don't want. I totally understand. That's probably the best way, Reese. Cash. Cream. Cash rules everything around me. Yeah, that's right. So you get yours. You get your early Christmas present, Reese, from your mom, from your wife. Gift cards and money because they will screw it up. Oh man! So she really punishes you for you not being for you spending your money on ball cards. Oh, Jimmy, you're in Fishers. I'm in Pendleton. That's cool, dude. We're like neighbors. That is awesome. If you're talking about Fishers, Indiana, that's pretty cool. That is awesome, dude. That is pretty awesome. You live in Anderson? Oh my gosh. What? Yeah, dude, we're like literal neighbors, man. I have my email and my YouTube channel. A guy named Jimmy. I don't know. Is it Jimmy Case's dad? I know. He said he lives in Anderson. But my email's in my YouTube channel. You go there, send me an email, and then we can like exchange phone numbers or contact information. If you're on Facebook, I'll connect with you. We should try to get together sometime, have a bite to eat, talk shop, do some training or whatever. That might be fun. I was your supervisor? Hold on, wait, what? Where at? In Xerox? Talk about a small world, dude. Seriously? Oh my gosh, Jimmy. I'm trying to think of, yeah, Xerox and Verizon. Wow. Okay. That is pretty wild, dude. Wow, man. That is crazy. It is a small world. Who would ever thunk that? Man, that is nuts, man. Yeah, man, for real. Reach out to me. Unfortunately, this is not to sound like I'm being rude because I'm definitely not. But I trained for like 4 years there. I had, 30 people per class almost every 6 to 8, 9, 10 weeks, however many weeks they were training. So there's a tons of people who went through there. And I haven't been at Verizon 8 years, 6, 7 years. I don't know. It's been a while. You have cards for my son. Huh. That's weird. I don't know. Yeah, man, just have to reach out to me, I guess. I don't want to. I'm not for sure. I feel really bad because I'm not 100% for sure. But yeah. But yeah, to get back to you just for a second, Reese. Yeah, it's the thing. Well, he doesn't really collect cards anymore. That's the thing. He doesn't really collect. I mean, he was into football for a hot minute, but he doesn't really collect cards anymore. So I mean, honestly, it's probably best It's probably best that he doesn't. You don't want to give it your cards to him because he's probably not going to do much with them. Quite frankly, and I'd hate for you to do that because I'd rather you use them for your own collection or for someone else who could appreciate them more. So I would say it's probably best just to hold on to them because, people in the past have sent him cards and he's appreciative, but they just go into a box and they just never see the light of day again, quite frankly. So, yeah, man, I appreciate the thought, though, for sure, but I'd much rather you hold on to your cards with your money you spent on them or whatever than having him have them and just, like I said, then they just get put into a box. So, but, I will say, like whenever Luca would go with his mom and they buy me some cards at the store, they'd always buy me whatever's like on the shelf, the wax. But this year, as you all know, that's not possible. So I don't know if they're going to do that this year or not to add to my little Christmas present or my birthday present down the week after. But if they try to do that, they're going to be up rude awakening because there's no cards left to find. So for sure. But we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. I don't have really high hopes that 2021 is going to be any different than 2020. As far as cards are concerned, Mrs. Sassy Supervisor. I resemble that remark, Reese. So, yeah. This is the only kind of live stream. If you all have ever noticed that my brother comes on sometimes and hangs out, one of my childhood best friends will hop on named Jeremiah. And we've been friends since I was like Luca's age or younger. Now a guy that I used to be his trainer popped on. It's like I don't even know how that's even possible. Like it's like the likelihood of these things happening is so minimal. It's so like huge, but it seems to always happen. I don't know. It's weird. It is weird. That is pretty wild. I'm surprised my brother did not pop on already to give me a heads up on what's something going on. But anyways, well, hey guys, I'm gonna hop off here. It's a little after 9:00. I think I might go live with Bob if he said something about going live tonight. So we might do that. But I just had some downtime, so I thought I'd hop on and hang out with all you guys. I really appreciate you all hanging out and watching, shooting the breeze. Had a great time. Hope you all did too. And we'll do it again. I'll probably do it a couple times next week. So I'm gonna have a lot of downtime next week with the holidays, with Christmas and everything. So maybe we'll try to do this again. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.